Hey, big boy, J-Ro here. What's happening? Ladies and gentlemen, it's great for you to tune in. Sorry it's coming a little late. It's 7:10 on Tuesday evening. I had a lot of things come up today. Had some things that just, took precedent over the podcast as well as the live stream to give you your Merrimack recap from the Monday night in week 2. Here we go. First things first, I just stopped by Hannaford's on my way home, and I'm crushing a little fruit smash pink lemonade seltzer. Let's see how this is. I don't know. Kick back and smash. I mean, I'm not going to say fuck it. It's a 1 gram carb, 100 calorie seltzy, which obviously is good for my waistline. So I wasn't down at the field last night. Unfortunately, I had some other things. I had family commitments I needed to attend to. However, the great people of Merrimack Men's Slow Pitch Softball League filled me in with a wonderful recap. So here we go. We're going to start off with the A&D versus Buckley Disposable. Looks like we're running backwards. We're starting with an 8:30 game. This was Buckley Disposal getting their tits lit up a little bit, 21-12. I don't know. Big boy J-Ro becomes a coach. He's no longer on Buckley. Half of Buckley is now on Peterson Painting. Joey Venturini has his own team. Jimmy O'Connor didn't draft the team he maybe thought he did. Doesn't have that 2020 Buckley squad anymore, and he's trying to scramble. He is 0-2 now. But let's get into it. First things first. I've got to pull this up, but we're talking about Coach Colby Boulay overcame some adversity to lead the victory in this one. Colby Boulay decided it was his best interest. Maybe it behooved him to not be behind the L screen when you're pitching BP. So now what I get to show you is Colby Boulay's ass. Now, Colby's got a great body, I got to tell you. I wish I looked like him. I'm looking at this and I'm saying, man, who is that and where's the overhang? Because I would have a garage that could fit a semi-truck underneath it. From me. There we go. StreamYard's fucking me. Cubby, as I like to call him, took a pitch right to the ass. Listen, if you're pitching BP, get behind the fucking screen for crying out loud. You don't need to take a ball off the ass. I don't care what you're deadlifting like Boulay is. He's a sexy little man. Don't need that. So really, the recap here, we got both teams struggled at the beginning of this game. Sound like A&D took a 6-rip lead into the third inning on 5 ribbies. 5 ribbies for Dustin Merrill. Wonder who wrote this recap. Buckley answered with 5 runs in the third. 4 of them coming on a, I don't talk that much, Robbie Torrey, 280-foot, 0.5 inches bomb. Reach under the fence and grab that one, put it back in the play of field. Nonetheless, it was over the fence. 4-run. That's called a grand salami. So then Buckley rallied to take a 9-7 lead into the bottom of the 5th before A&D opened up a big lead. Big lead for A&D. A&D scored combined 14 runs in the 5th and 6th inning, powered by 2 towering home runs from the league newcomer, early on Rookie of the Year candidate, the Mountain, Dan Kehoe. This guy is a fucking big boy. So we had some guys after the Pirates. We met the Pirates this weekend that won the CNIT. One of their teammates said, "Hey, you got to give Rookie of the Year early nomination love to this motherfucker. He's a big mountain." Dan Kehoe. He is I hope I'm saying that Kehoe. I'm going to say Kehoe. That looks about right. any of the coaches that were at the Saturday tryouts, we all walked in. When he got up to BP, there was just a shadow standing over all of us coaches because this motherfucker blocked all the light out, and it sounded like it was bombs. He was dropping bombs. Can I say like it was Hiroshima? Not yet. Too soon. That lead was too much for Buckley to overcome as A&D closed this one out with a dub. Final score, A&D 21, Buckley 12. Buckley, get your shit order. I can't keep fucking losing games to you guys because of you guys. I'm picking Buckley. You're my old squad. I'm wearing my Buckley jersey from last year, and you're fucking me. Come on. Come back, Buckley. Anyway, A&D early favorites. However, I don't think they're the only early favorites. Big night. Big 2 nights. Monday night. Regional likes to party hardy. Now, Peterson Painting was shorthanded. 4 of their 5 players in the draft and the new player draft, the returning 4 guys that hit a combined 800 last week, 850 last week, were not present. So regional, slow your fucking roll. However, regional scored 64 runs in 2 games. For you math majors that aren't watching, that's 32. They're averaging 32 runs a game in their first 2 games. Now, if you listen to the podcast, Coco does say regional doesn't lose early. So regionals holding Coco's predictions go out there. They beat the shit out of Peterson 32-4. Oh, so I had somewhere to be last night, family obligations. Hilly had Little League. A couple other guys couldn't make it. Josh Lee's got his hamstring pulled. Greg Kelly said, "Hey, I can't make it tonight." And I got a text. I checked in at about 7:30. Said, "Hey boys, how we looking?" And they said, "Not good. Biggest disappointment of the night, and we have now instituted a new fine on the team. There is no beer. No beer after the game. We got some serious issues. I'm not so concerned about the loss. I'm more concerned about the no beer." So we're losing some players. Regional picked up. They didn't stop. Tony Martineau going 4 for 5 with a big boy ding dong. Tell you what, I'm going to be curious to see how regional hits when the weather warms up. Okay. Tony had a grand slam. Hey, anybody can hit the ball out when it's 45 degrees and windy. I saw Jake Chambers put one out from home plate in the same temperature. So we'll see what regional looks like when they warm up. But right now, you can't discredit them. They haven't lost. They put up big fucking numbers. But seriously, I wish I was there for that game. It sounds like it was going to be fun. I think we went through about eight pitchers, if I'm not mistaken. I think everybody in the team pitched. Everyone got a shot. We did set a new record. Peterson may have set a new record for pitching changes in the game that had players and umpires wishing the league had a flip-flop rule. Sounds like we wish there was probably 2 less guys on the roster, so we didn't have to play that night. Probably would have been a little more safe face. I wish we were John Cena, so you can't see me. That would be a lovely thing. But I got to tell you, regional right now, regardless of who was pitching, regardless of who showed up, they went out there and they beat Buckley last week. I think they put up 32 runs last week as well. What did I say? They've got 64 combined runs scored. So they've scored 32 runs in 2 consecutive weeks. I'm going to be very curious to see what they do Wednesday night. Hopefully they're at the Tell. I believe I'm at the Tell. If I'm at the Tell, I'm going to have to bring a notebook. I'm going to bring one of my pencils and pens, and I'm going to be taking a scouting report. So now we're getting on to VFW at Tomahawk. VFW was the visiting team, came out and scored 3 or so runs. Love the descriptions here. Love our beat reporters. Off to a seemingly decent start. However, in the second at bat in the bottom of the first, Eddie blew up Johnny Raymond bad, hit him on the backside of his bare hand, and did break it. Johnny Raymond, hadn't read this recap real quick. Johnny Raymond did break his hand, unfortunately. Sent a text to him. That sucks. No one wants to see that shit, especially this early in the year. I think actually, if you are going to get hurt early in the year, is probably better. Just so you can recover, you can be back for the second half, get ready for the playoffs. But that sucks. Nobody wants to see Johnny get hurt. No one wants to see anybody get hurt. VFW had to make a few defensive adjustments, moving Ben to the mound. Big barnyard bats moving to shortstop. Big boy with a fleet of foot. Look at him go. Watch out. I got lateral movement. Hey. And then Paul Roy would enter the lineup in Johnny's place. So it sounds like probably their assistant coach there, Benny Call, made some nice plays on the fly. Johnny Raymond, get well soon. Most of the game was a decent battle. Tomahawk taking a 4-5 run lead midway through the game. VFW continued to grind and crawl back to a 1-run deficit, entering the top of the 7th with 1 home run left. New player. This is another one of my Rookie of the Year candidates. Early, we're 2 games in. I'm going to take the Mountain. I'm going to take Sean Rand. Big. His girlfriend's huge fan of the pod. But new player Sean Rand came up, big spot. He's been swinging the hot stick through both the games. We've played him once against on the weekends. I watched him play this weekend against who did Diamond Cutters play? They played somebody before us, and the kid made a hell of a play in center field. Really love this Sean Rand pick. VFW made a great pick here, I think, with a potential Rookie of the Year candidate. But it looks like Rando ended up hitting a huge solo home run to keep the game alive. Big thing with Big Boy J. Rowe. If you're going to hit a solo, pimp the shit out of it. Solo home runs, pimp the solos, pimp the grannies. 2 runs, just go back to the dugout. 3, get a little hype. Solos, grand slams, pimp them like you're Fernando Tatis Jr. We continue to load the bases with 2 outs, but ultimately left 4 runners on. Not sure how you actually can leave 4 runners on, as there's 3 bases, but hey, I'm just reading the recaps, okay? So bottom of the 7th, Tomahawk had 1 out, runners on first and third, and the guy with the best off-field shoes, Matty DeLude, up to bat. It was decided to walk Matty. Smart move, because those Adidas Crocs he's wearing are straight pimping. They walked the bases and avoided the veteran hitter in a big situation. The next batter up was Tim Sardellis, TP. Why the fuck would I'm sorry. I'm reading this for really the first time. Why would you walk Dulude? Dulude, no offense, but why would you walk to get to TP? And you'll see why. The next batter up was TP with 1 out. Tie game, bottom of the 7th. Put a great swing on a high and in knuckleball for the game-winning walk-off home run. Tomahawk wins 20-16. VFW, a lot of fans, early favorites, are now 1-1. Big win for the Tomahawk. Love TP coming up in a big situation. Hey, put Matty DeLude on. We'll take TP, and TP shoves it right up your ass. All right, let's move on next. We got Holtz Auto at Boomers. Holtz jumped out to an early commanding lead in the top of the 1st. My toilet bowl team, this is somebody I'm continuing to pick early on. I'm picking him again for Wednesday. Top of the 1st, hit around and put up 10 runs. Look at this. They're shoving it right on my ass. I gave them great locker room material, put it up on the bulletin board. Boomers then came in. Boomers down 10-0, and they went 1-2-3. Holtz added a few more, but left a few runners on. I love this, you didn't see that in the Peterson recap, did you? A depleted Boomers team started chipping. I wish they started chirping away, but depleted Boomers team started chipping away as Holtz made substitutions. Love this. Get everybody in. Have to. Get everyone playing. Doesn't matter if you lose now. Doesn't matter what happens. Let's have a great night down at the, I think they're at the Legion. Have a phenomenal night. Let's see here. So it started chipping away. Boomers put up a big inning in the 4th, knocking the commanding lead down to 5. Holtz up big. Boomers now chasing 5. Here we go. Holtz may have sprung out for only 1 at this time. And Boomers then came in and capitalizing by taking a 1-run lead going into the top of the 6th. Now, this is where strategery starts coming in. Boomers out of home run. Holtz, they had 3 in the bank. Well, guess what happens? The 6th and 7th is where the game was decided. Excuse me. The Celtics and the bubbles. Let me hydrate. I'm talking a lot, not hydrating. So we got, let's see here, 6 and 7, a few walks. The bottom of the lineup allowed Holtz to put up about 6. God forbid if a coach actually had a fucking book in front of him when they were writing these recaps for me when I'm not at the field. But hey, we'll just go with guesstimating. They put up about 6 runs, taking a 5-run lead. They left the bases loaded with the 5-hitter up to bat and could not capitalize with a home run. Who was that 5-hitter? Very curious at who that 5-hitter may have been. Boomer put up 1, hitting 2 home runs for outs. That's never a good thing. Let's see here. 7th, Holtz added 3 or 4 more, and Boomers hit another home run for an out and ended up getting a couple runners on in the bottom of the 7th, only to hit a ground ball double play to end the game, or as we call it, the J-Rose special. So now it sounds like it was a hell of a battle, but Holtz sticks. Look at this. Holtz throwing some shade. Great battle by Boomers, but the Holtz sticks were hot. We couldn't beat them. Holtz saying, we got this shit. You can't fuck with us. We're coming after you. Final score, Holtz 26, Boomers 19. New Hampshire Irrigation versus Monahan. It sounded like it was a little lackluster from what I read. I'd have to scroll back, but I'm not going to. Irrigation found themselves in an early hole down 9 after 1. New Hampshire Irrigation down 9 after the first, but eventually fought and battled back as a team. Ryan Murray had a grand slam for the winners. Thanks, New Hampshire Irrigation, for that lovely recap. That's a big win for New Hampshire Irrigation. They had a rough first game, as did Monahan. Seems like it was a tight one, but Ryan Murray sounds like in the bottom of the 7th with a big knocker. I hope he pimped the shit out of that, because you always should. Like I said, what's the rule? Solos, grand slams, pimp the shit out of them. Let's go take a look at our stats. So let's, real quick, before we get into our stats, we regional siding, A&D, and Holtz. Fuck. Holtz is 2-0. My toilet bowl team on the pod saying you're going to be in the bowl, they're 2-0. So regional siding, A&D Plumbing, and Holtz are 2-0. As Coco has said numerous times, regional is very good early in the year. They do not lose. I also believe that Chad Lawrence has also said we're good until about June 12th, and then weather gets too warm, we'll see what happens. Go check out the website. There is a new poll up there. Who will be the last undefeated team in MMSSL? A&D, Regional, Holtz. Currently, Regional siding with a commanding 18 vote lead. They got 58% of the votes. Holtz in second for 22%. A&D 19%. I just think 70% of Holt's starting lineup has voted in this. So that's the only reason I'm saying Holtz is in second. Holtz, you're going to lose your next game. Promise that. Actually, no, shit, I picked you. You're going to lose on Thursday night when Big Boy J. Rowe and Peterson Painting comes for you. Although we'll see if we have a lineup. And then we've got 1-1. So we go regional, A&D, and Holtz, all at 2-0. Tomahawk, VFW, New Hampshire Irrigation, and Peterson all at 1-1. Monahan, Boomers, and Buckley all searching for their first win of the year. Let's get into the home run leaders. Quick look at this. Holy shit. Look at this. We got a rookie atop the board. Sean Rand, the center fielder I was talking about for Diamond Cutters, playing for the VFW. 2 games, has 4 ding-dongs. It's like when you go to a gas station at the end of a long night and you're saying, I need something to sober up with. Give me a ding-dong. Thank you very much. We are now looking at a pretty good tie here. We got Teddy Christie Jr. with 3. It sounded like he tried to hit one in the gap and hit one over into Bedford. The Mountain's got 3. So 2 of the 3 top the home run leaderboard are rookie of the year candidates. Jimmy O'Connor, shocking there. My boy, fucking love this guy. Justin Pettigrew, love this kid. Played with him in fall ball. He is a very, very good player. Play a lot of different positions. Hits the ball hard. Hits for average. Can hit for power. Great pickup by VFW. Love this kid. And then another stud muffin, if you will, by New Hampshire Irrigation. Their coach, Joe Venerini, with 3. I do not see Minnow. Minnow didn't play this week on Monday. I think he had hockey. Love that play, Minnow, or as other people know him as Snacks. Tony Martineau with his first game at the Tell. Finally didn't play in at 8:30. Stays for BP all day, and he shows up at a 48-degree night. 2 home runs, one of them a grand slam. I hope he was running his mouth, which he was because he's softball Tony. So, so it was a great night. I'm sorry I missed it. It looks like a great one. Looks like we're playing Wednesday night. We have New Hampshire Irrigation, Peterson at 6:30. Tomahawk Tavern versus Buckley, 6:30 at Martell. The other 6:30 game is Monaghan A&D at the Tward. Then the prime time game for Wednesday night is Holtz versus Regional at the Tell. Whoo, baby. This is good. So here's the thing. So that whole people might not have taken into account. Hey, who's playing who on Wednesday? So Holtz Regional, one of those teams are not going to be undefeated anymore. A&D is playing Monaghan. Ooh, this is going to be a tough one. I'm going to go ahead. I'm on live. I know I made some picks. I'm still going to stick with my Holtz. I'm going to go A&D and Holtz. So then we don't see. So I'm going to go, oh, wow. This is going to be interesting. I think A&D and Holtz both win Wednesday night to remain undefeated. I think they actually both lose Thursday. So what are we going to do? We're going to flip a coin and see what happens. Maybe, not sure. But it's going to be a good night. The West Coast game on Wednesday night is Boomers. Boom, 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 boom. Boomers playing VFW. Boomers could be looking at 0-3 here. There's a great chance they're playing VFW. That's going to be a hell of a game. Man, could Buckley be looking at 0-3? Not sure. I'm more curious to see who you guys think could get who could get their first win last. Who's going to be the last winless team? That's going to be instead of the undefeated team. Maybe that'll be the next poll. But sorry, this is a little late. Like I said, I had a lot of family stuff today I had to take care of before I jumped online. I hope you guys are enjoying the podcast. The first half of it was all tournament talk from this weekend. We got into our picks and some league stuff later in the year, or later in the episode. We are working on some merchandise as well. My production assistant now, we promoted her to graphic designer. Also, she is still remaining my wife, is working on some new looks for Bring It. We're still going to be black and yellow. But yeah, there's going to be some stuff. We're going to get some merch out here. It'll be fun. Hats, hoodies, sweatshirts, tank tops, all that good stuff. But no, thanks for dropping by. Again, I'm usually not going to do them this late. Hopefully they'll be midday, the day after, but things happened and life happens. It's still just softball. It's still a hobby and it's still just league. So see you boys at the Tell tomorrow night. I will be there after we play at the Legion at 6:30. And then I'll swing on by the Tell because I want to watch this primetime game between Holtz and Regional. And hey, Peterson, if you Peterson boys are watching, you better bring some fucking beer. Eric Gray made the last out. We're doing a great thing. We're doing last out. Whoever makes the last out brings beer for the next game. So I think Gray made the last out last night from what I heard. So Gray's up on beer. We better have beer. Otherwise, we will have a new fine. We just instilled a new fine. We can't instill another new fine till that one's over. Till then, we'll see you boys at the Tell. Have a great night. Talk to you later.